Howdy everyone and welcome back to the channel. Always good to have you here. So in this video, we're doing another review. And on this one, we're looking at Blue Guardian and breaking down exactly what it is they're offering traders right now. So we're going to cover the funding models, the path to getting funded, some of the key features and what the broader industry and trading community is actually saying about them. Basically everything you need to know to decide whether this firm is worth your time and your money and whether it aligns with your trading goals. We also have an exclusive discount code for the firm, so make sure you stick around until the end of the video if you are planning to potentially take on a challenge or you just want to get your hands on a little bonus. But otherwise, let's jump straight in and take a look at exactly what Blue Guardian is all about. All right, so jumping onto the website, a little bit about Blue Guardian. They were founded in September 2021. They operate out of Dubai. The launch date matters because longevity in the industry is not accidental. Firms that have been paying traders consistently for years carry a different level of credibility than newer entrants, and Blue Guardian has certainly built that reputation over time. We'll jump into more of the capital allocation, but you can get up to $400,000 with scaling pathways that can take you all the way to $4 million. We'll touch on the different platforms you can use. One thing that immediately sets Blue Guardian apart though is the sheer breadth of their program lineup, which you'll see in a moment. 12 funding models covering Forex, crypto, and futures. Let's focus on the core Forex programs here, as that's essentially what most traders will be looking at. So if you come down onto the website here, you will see they have Forex and futures. Let's focus on the Forex at the moment. So let's start by looking at the standard instant funding, account sizes ranging from $5,000 up to $400,000, leverage of up to 1 to 30. No profit target, no evaluation. The focus is entirely on risk management and consistency from day one here. You do have a daily loss limit of 3%, a max trailing loss of 6%, and you need to complete 5 trading days with at least 0.5% profit per day, and no single day can account for more than 20% of total profits. That consistency rule is worth understanding before you consider starting here. Base profit split on this account 80%, upgradable to 90% through an add-on. Payouts are on demand once conditions are met, and minimum withdrawal of $100. That on-demand structure is a genuine advantage if you are running a strategy that performs in short windows. One feature unique to Blue Guardian across all of their funded accounts is the Guardian Shield. So if your floating losses hit 1% of the initial account balance, all open trades are automatically closed. First time it happens, it's treated as a soft breach, so you can keep trading, but repeated breaches carry consequences, including a reduced split or account termination. It's a protective mechanism, but one you need to be aware of going in. In terms of the instant funding, best suited for traders who want immediate capital access, are disciplined with risk management, and prefer on-demand payouts over a fixed withdrawal schedule. There's also the starter instant funding. This is an entry-level model capped at $5,000 account, leverage 1 to 30. There's no profit target. Same concept as the standard version, but with a tighter structure. You can see the daily loss of 3%, trailing loss of 5%, and a stricter 15% consistency rule. You need 5 profitable trading days rather, at 0.5% per day minimum. The key thing to understand about this model is you get one payout capped at 5% of the account balance at a 90% split. After that, the account closes permanently and you are limited to 1 starter account per trader. It's essentially a single-use model, a low barrier entry point to experience a platform before committing to a larger program. Moving on to the standard one-step challenge. Accounts here range from $5,000 to $200,000, leverage of up to 1 to 100 during the challenge, dropping to 1 to 50 once funded. Single phase evaluation, so you hit a 10% profit target within a 4% daily loss and 6% trailing drawdown. No time limit, minimum of 3 trading days at 0.5% profit each. Profit split is 85%, upgradable to 90% as well. And your first payout available 14 days after your first trade, or 7 days if you add the weekly payout option. That weekly option is worth considering if cash flow is important to you. Guardian Shield is active on the funded account, so minimum trade duration of 2 minutes applies, so pure tick scalping is off the table. Straightforward evaluation model, very competitive split, good middle ground between speed and structure, suits traders who want a single phase process without the instant funding price tag. Then there's the Pro One-Step Challenge, same single phase concept but with lower leverage, capped at 1 to 20 and accounts up to $100,000. Tighter risk parameters as well, 3% daily loss and 6% overall loss. The lower leverage and tighter rules make this more conservative valuation model. Profit split is 85% base, upgradable to 90%. Same payout timeline as the standard one-step. This one is designed for traders who operate with smaller position sizes. They prioritize capital preservation and want a challenge environment that mirrors more controlled trading conditions. Moving on to the standard two-step challenge, accounts here from $5,000 to $200,000, leverage 1 to 50. Real quick, phase 1 requires 8% profit, 4% daily loss, 8% overall loss, and minimum of 5 trading days. Phase 2 does drop down to 4% profit target with the same risk parameters. Again, minimum 5 trading days. The higher minimum trading days across both phases is the thing to note here. This model is designed to validate consistency over a longer period, not just a couple of good sessions. Profit split is set at 85%. You can upgrade to 90%, and payouts fortnightly or weekly with the add-on. This one here best suited for traders who prefer a traditional structured valuation and are happy to take their time proving a repeatable edge. They also have the Pro two-step challenge, accounts here from $5,000 to $200,000, leverage of 1 to 50. Phase 1 is a 10% target with a 10% trailing drawdown. Phase 2 drops to 4% and a minimum 4 trading days per phase. This model introduces a 25% consistency rule, so no single day can account for more than 25% of total profits, and profit split is 85% base, upgradable to 90%. The trailing drawdown in the Pro two-step is the key structural difference, more room than the standard version, but it follows your equity up, so you need to be mindful of how your account grows during the challenge. And then there is the 3-step challenge, accounts here from $5,000 to $200,000, leverage of up to 1 to 100 during evaluation, reducing to 1 to 50 when fully funded. 3 phases, each requiring a 6% profit target with a 4% daily loss and 8% overall loss limit. Minimum 3 trading days per phase at 0.5% each. This is the most gradual evaluation model Blue Guardian offers. 3 phases of identical structure is deliberately repetitive. It's designed to prove that your results are not a fluke. Profit split 85%, upgradable to 90%, and same payout structure as the other challenge models. This one here suits traders who are probably newer to prop firms that want to build confidence through a longer process or are running a conservative strategy that performs steadily over time. Also, we've touched on it already, but they do have a scaling plan within the firm. So across all programs except the starter instant model, Blue Guardian offers a structured scaling plan. So you hit 12% profit target within a 3-month period while respecting all risk rules, and your account balance increases by 25% of the initial balance. Repeat that and you can scale all the way up to $4 million. Straightforward criteria and genuinely achievable for consistent performers. Now to touch on trading conditions, so the instruments cover Forex, commodities, indices, and crypto. Commission is $5 per round lot on Forex and commodities with no commission on indices and crypto, which is a cost advantage if those are your primary markets. Leverage we touched on goes up to 1 to 100 depending on the program. And you've got 3 platforms, MetaTrader 5, Match Trader, and Trade Locker, all backed by tier 1 liquidity conditions. So strong execution environment across the board. There is a ton more on the website here to go through and have a look at. We're not going to touch on absolutely everything here. By all means, go through your own due diligence, especially around some of the trading certificates. They've got Guardian, TV Live, plenty of certificates. As always, encourage you guys to jump into the Discord communities and general community channels for the firm. If you are considering taking on a challenge with them, you'll see real stories, real success in there, of course. From a more broad perspective, we're going to look here at Trustpilot. Of course, you take some of these things with a grain of salt, but overall good to look at the general sentiment with the firm. So look, they're one of the more complete offerings in the prop firm space right now. 12 programs, 3 platforms, and a great scaling pathway. So look, Blue Guardian has accumulated over 500 reviews at the time on Trustpilot, which is at the level of volume gives you a pretty good picture of how the firm is operating. Worth noting though that they have had a little bit of restrictions here due to a breach recently, which looks like it's been fixed up there. But despite that, they've got a really healthy amount of 5-star reviews. And of course, always good to go through the good, the bad, and everything in between. Not the full picture, but certainly does give you some extra context from a more broad standpoint. So coming back to the homepage here, look, Blue Guardian, they've been in the industry quite a long time at this point, and have had a lot of success within their trader community. Again, they one of the more competitive offerings in the prop firm space. So go through if you need to, have a look a little bit more onto the website here and do some digging. There is plenty on the FAQ as well in terms of the more granular details about all of the firms. As well, the Guardian Shield, I know we touched on that, but that's a huge thing to understand before you do commit. It adds a layer of protection. But it also means floating drawdown is managed more actively than you might be used to. So factor that in if you're going to trade with them and how you size positions. But look, overall, if you are looking for a firm with a long track record, a wide range of programs to choose from, and serious long-term scaling potential, then Blue Guardian certainly belongs on your shortlist. Well, that wraps up this review on Blue Guardian. Now, hopefully you found the breakdown useful and you got a clear, honest picture of what it is they're offering, and of course, whether this firm actually makes sense for you and where you're at in your trading journey. Now, if you have traded with them before, or even if you see things differently, that's okay. We always love to hear your input. So drop it in the comments below. Real trader feedback is always valuable here. And if you found this video helpful and hopefully you enjoyed it, make sure you give us a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, consider subscribing, all that good stuff, so you don't miss any future videos covering prop firm reviews, updates, and basically all things prop trading. And before you jump off, you will find the exclusive discount code for the firm linked in the description below. Hey, just another perk of watching the videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy trading, and I'll see you on the next one.